Hi, welcome to Ken's Games Collection and episode 3 of Finish What I Started. So this is where I go back, look at games that I started maybe 6 months ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and put on the shelf and never went back to completing. And that's what the whole premise of these episodes are. Last month I chose 7 games that I would challenge myself to finish, and those were Concrete Genie, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Air Memory of Old, Kirby Star Allies, Days Gone, Grim Fandango, and A Hat in Time. So out of all of these games, I actually managed, believe it or not, to finish 5 games. So we'll go through which games in this collection that I did finish. 5. Month before I've completed 4. So I'm really happy. Let's start off with a game that was not on this list. So you know me, you're never going to get everything that's on this list. But I did pick up a game that was on sale on the Nintendo eShop. I got it on the PlayStation 4, but I really wanted to get it on the Switch to play in handheld mode. To be honest with you, it looks better docked than on handheld mode because it's a beautiful looking game, and I feel like you're losing some of the experience on the handheld mode, and that is Abzu, which is one of my favorite games of, I guess you can say, last gen now. We're on next gen systems. I don't have a PlayStation 5 or a Series X yet because I'm not privileged enough to get one. I guess I'll get one probably halfway through 2021, but you know, it was really hard to get pre-orders here in Australia. It was a complete mess. That's a whole nother video. So great game. If you haven't tried this, definitely try it. Now this game got a physical release on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. It did not get a physical release on the Switch. I downloaded it digitally for 61 cents. I had some credits owing to me, so I thought I wanted to get it, play it handheld mode. Like I said, docked is better. So I got it for 61 cents. This is a custom cover from Enigma Customs cases. I'll leave a link down below to his website, but I'm going to do another video talking about that. But a great game, highly recommend. You really need to play it. It's such an amazing game, I feel. And don't play it in handheld mode on the Switch. Play it docked. You lose a lot of the visuals in it, to be honest with you. Next game I completed was Air Memory of Old. Another great indie games. You see with some of the games I choose, there's a lot of indie stuff, and there is a reason for this, because I feel like the indie titles don't take that long to finish, whereas some of the big AAA titles that you put in 10, 20, 30, 40 hours or whatever, Abzu you can complete in a couple of hours. The same with Air Memory of Old. I do like that. Shorter experiences but beautiful games. Both of these are visually beautiful games. Again, this is available on pretty much everything, and also on the Switch, but I wouldn't get it on the Switch. I'd rather stick to PlayStation 4 where I can get it physical. I don't know if it's physical on the Xbox One, not too sure about that, but a great game, probably about 3 hours to complete. It's very easy to platinum this game. There's this part early on where you have to find somebody at certain points of the game to get that platinum, to get that trophy, but this is a game that I can really sit down if I really wanted to and platinum, which is amazing because I never platinum any game at all. Now next game I picked up probably last year, halfway through 2019, and I looked at it, loved it, but I never went back to it, and I thought, okay, this is another opportunity for me to finish a game that's not going to be more than 5 hours, and it's around about 4.5 hours, 5 hours long. It's Concrete Genie, which is VR capable. Fantastic game. I like how halfway through the game the gameplay changes, which keeps it fresh. It's a beautiful game. Highly recommend it. I don't want to talk too much about it because I want you to be able to pick this up, experience it for yourself without me going into too much detail about this game. But a beautiful game, highly recommend. Again, independent games, these are small studios, Pixel Plus. Beautiful game. Please get it. We've got 2 more games to finish, and would you believe, Kirby Star Allies, I was probably 4 levels away from the end of this game. This is what I talk about, finish what I started. This was the whole idea of why I do this. 4 levels away, and it only took me an hour and a half to complete it. The boss battle was very strange, very long, with the whole different transformations of the boss battle, which is okay, I guess, but great game. I could go back to it, play it as different characters now, but I don't think I will. It's Kirby, it's okay. Now the final game, this was a mammoth game, and why Days Gone didn't get the accolades it deserved in 2019. If I would have played this in 2019, I would have said this is my game of the year. I have to be honest with you, when I first started playing this game, I wasn't too sure how I felt about Deacon St. John, the main character in this game. Boozer, which is a nice sidekick character in this game, but I started playing it, and for some reason I'm thinking Uncharted. Just with the characters, we have, your lead character, you have his wife in this, you have this character Boozer. So much is going on in this game, and I wasn't really sure, but gradually the more I played it, the more I warmed to the character of Deacon St. John, and you learn a lot about his backstory in this game, and it's just beautiful the way that the backstory is told in these settings. It's just really cool. Now, I don't know how many hours I put into this game. I think when you go, if I pause the game, I can see I put in about 867 days gone. I don't know how that translates into hours. I'm thinking maybe well over 30, maybe 40 hours I put in this game, and taking on the freakers, the hordes, all that sort of stuff. I didn't find it a chore. I didn't find anything in this game to be a chore, and I always wanted to come back to it, which is something that I think is really important when you play games that go for this long. Will we see a sequel? I don't know. If we did, that would be amazing. I'm looking forward to playing this on the PlayStation 5, because when you finish the game, there is some other things you can do in it. I can go back and take on all the hordes, but there's a few other things I noticed that you can do, which I think adds to the longevity of this game. And I'm gonna, when I do get the PS5, I'll play it on there to experience it again. But yeah, this is, to me, Game of the Year 2019. A fantastic game. I have not played The Last of Us Part 2, and I'm not really overly concerned about that. I went into this not thinking too much of it, and it completely surprised me with the characters, with the story arc, with everything that's going on. You go to the different outposts, there's so many things going on in this game, and why it didn't get the scores it should have got by the critics. The critics said that this game was shallow, the characters were shallow, the story wasn't there. I don't understand why they said that. They must have only played 1 or 2 hours of this game. You really need to experience this. You really need to give it time for the characters to grow on you, and they sure did grow on me. And it's one of the best games I played this year. So that's the games I finished. 5 games I finished. Look, we're going into Christmas. I don't know how much gaming I'm going to get in over December. It's already the 5th of December when I'm filming this, but I'll throw in 4 games. I'll throw in Pokemon Eevee, which I started when it came out. I don't know how far I got in that one. Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom, again, I'm probably a couple hours into that one. Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, because I think a platforming game is something I can play during the month of December. And why I chose Assassin's Creed Origin, which is probably a 60-hour plus game, I don't know, but I started playing this back in 2017 when it first came out, and I thought, okay, I want to go back and have a look at it. Considering that this is like 3 years ago when I started playing it, since then we've had Odyssey and now Valhalla. I'm thinking, man, I got a lot of catching up to do, so I put this one in here, liking it so far. Set in Egypt. I'm already in Alexandretta, doing missions there. but I just want to see more of Memphis, Tanis. I don't know if Tanis is in there. Saqqara, Abu Simbel, Luxor, all those places that I visited back in 2003. But I can see, it's just great. I went in one of the pyramids of this game. I want to go in Cheops's pyramid. I don't know if I can because that's the biggest pyramid. I was in that one, and I think Makrenka, I think, is the smallest pyramid on the Giza Plateau. I've been in two of those, and I think in this one, I don't know if it's Khufu's or Cheops's pyramid you go in, which I've never been in that real pyramid, but I've been in two of these, the pyramids of Giza. I just want to see if they faithfully reproduce what's inside there, especially the Grand Gallery in the main pyramid, which is amazing. I wish I would have took video of that back in 2003, but yeah, digital stuff was only just coming in back then. But that's the games I'm going to challenge myself to finishing. 4 games. I don't think I'll get through them because I'm just too busy at work, but I'm really happy. 5 games I finished for the month of November. I was so happy about that. It hasn't happened for a lot of years. I finished about 14 games this year so far. I'll recap on that probably in January. Until next time, guys, thanks very much for watching. It's hot here. I gotta go. I gotta turn these lights off. Okay, bye.